The box.
This is odd. Okay. For some, oh, here we go. All right, it just took a moment. Okay, let's see. Hold on, Madeline.
Hey, Angela, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, listen to the audio and tell me how it compares to this. You're gone?
No.
Okay, I got to work on that.
Okay, listening.
Okay. Also, Madeline, if you're listening, it should be up on the Get Better link I sent you.
I think we should take these out of the boxes.
Well, for the photo, but you want to show them in the box.
I have to leave it four-ish.
Oh, good.
Okay. Marshall, do you want to talk and move around a little? And maybe Madeline can give us feedback on what you sound like.
Okay, Madeline, can you hear me now?
How about we do two of these?
Maybe just talk and move a little bit. She's on mute on Restream. Wait, let me.
Yeah,
There she is.
When I plug in the headset, I cannot hear anything. So there must be something else that I need to do. So we'll have to check that out later.
Oh, we should. Yeah. It would be probably good to wear a headset only so that there isn't like the echo feedback from sound on your screen. But if you can't hear yourself, we'll figure it out. Madeline, are you there?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah. How does it look from the event end? Does Marshall look slower or blurrier than we do? Or does he sound slower?
I'm going to close Restream, though. It's really lagging. It's making everything really slow.
Okay, I'm going to turn you off then. And maybe just text me with feedback once you go into Give Better, and we'll let Marshall talk a little bit.
You know, I lost the Restream feed altogether. I don't know where it went. So,
check the tabs on your browser.
don't forget, I'm using a brand new browser that I've never used before.
Yeah.
Susie Redlick says, I want to see Marshall in the captain's hat. Yeah.
She's got to come Thursday.
You know what I was thinking, Marshall? What if we bought a couple of Staub's albums and gave those away? How much are those at the, gave them away at
no idea.
No idea. Okay. I thought you bought them. Okay. That would be a great gift though, wouldn't it?
Well,
I mean, I don't know, just a thought.
I think you got too many random things,
We want things. We want people to come to the auction.
Okay. Well, if you think people.
Just a little feedback from Madeline. She says that everyone looks good and that Marshall, you do not look laggy.
That's bizarre.
So maybe you just. Oh, wait. Actually, she says a little bit.
A little laggy.
That you're a little slower than the rest of us.
Well, I'm glad.
I wonder if I go into my chroma cam. Yes. Hey, Madeline.
Hey, can Marshall?
So Marshall, don't move.
Wait. Sorry, say that again. Can you hear me now if I move my phone away from myself?
Okay, you know what? I have two Restrings.
Uh-oh, Marshall's here twice.
Where's our other box?
Wait, will you text me, Madeline? I feel like the phone feedback is just too much.
What do you mean?
Now we don't have to tell stuff.
Did you find your restream, Marshall?
No, and I know it's on here someplace. I just tried to re-log in. That's why we got so much feedback.
gotcha.
I had 2 versions of it running.
Do you have a Mac?
I have a Mac, but I'm using Chrome now.
If you go down along your dashboard along the bottom,
Yeah.
and just click the Chrome icon, which is like the
Chrome is up. Well, you know what? I'm gonna go. I know what to do.
okay. Is there another tab open in Chrome or another window potentially?
I'm getting there.
That's a bit better. Can you see?
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, awesome. Let's see. I'm just getting a little feedback from Madeline about how you look and sound right now, Marshall.
And my computer's going to be, the camera's going to be a good 6 inches higher than it is right now.
Awesome.
So
although you need room for your hat, right?
Yeah.
You don't have any straws?
Have that other t-shirt.
What? Here they are. Are these they?
Yeah.
How many should we put in there? Just one or
Two.
two? I think there's a bunch in here.
Okay, well then this one.
This
one has a straw.
I'm going to turn off my chroma cam just so Madeline has like some comparison here in terms of our comparative lagginess or glitchiness.
Okay. Do you guys
and we'll
like
see what
this
she says.
program any better than the other one?
I don't see why you can't interchange them at some point if you want. Or that's probably too much to try to juggle.
I'm going to ask you.
What's your preference, Lance? Do you like the sailboat or the underwater?
I like the picture from the Philippines.
Can you see the sand cloud basket? Oh,
Yeah.
what do you think? I'll take a picture of it.
Yeah, take a picture of it. Use Bodhi's camera and get a really nice picture of
No,
it.
I don't know. Bodhi, I don't know where he's contaminated. I can't use it.
Madeline says she prefers the underwater picture, Marshall.
And Lance likes the Philippines. How about this one of the
Philippines? I forgot what the underwater picture looked like. Oh, the Brian Scary shot.
Here's another one.
I will say the Brian Scary, that photo is an MCI consistent image. We've used that a lot in different materials. So
should we move on to get something else?
No, I mean that one looks really good. And if you hold still, it all focuses up sharply.
I got something like this too.
That's good.
Also pretty.
Or this.
Ooh.
Or
Madeline was thinking potentially that maybe all of us should use Ian Shive photos as our background.
Oh yeah, that's a great idea.
Although I don't think he has a ton of oceanic pictures.
How about from Midway? He must have something from Midway.
There's some kind of, there are a couple of general just underwater coral shots of his that aren't like necessarily the greatest photos in his collection, but I guess they might make okay background images. I could send a couple of them out.
I think that's a good idea if we could.
Yeah, let me just so that you can see what they look like. I'm just going to download one. I think I still have his link here.
I watched the video from a year ago of him being interviewed. He's quite a character.
Yeah, he's great. He's a good speaker. He's traveled all over the world. Okay, I like this one as far as underwater. I mean, none of them are, extraordinary, but let me just open up my chroma cam and show you through that. That might be the easiest. Background, upload. USFW. Okay, sorry for the. So let's see. This is what it would look like on Chroma Cam.
So Lance, did you get a chance to watch the awards last night? I thought it went really well.
Yep, it was good.
Yeah, their production was very, very, very outstanding.
They have a lot of
I think the awardees were more impactful this year than they were last year. Every one of them was very impactful.
Yes.
I enjoyed it. I don't know. I mean, I've seen it a few times, so it all kind of blurs together a little bit. But you know, I was again inspired. It was fun to listen to them.
Were you? Did you go? You went with us last year, right?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Was that just last year?
I know.
Yeah.
And you know, Mike's on our he's on our development board.
Right.
He's so wonderful. Yeah, great guy.
Yeah, I was quite impressed. I actually thought I enjoyed last night doing it virtually than I did live.
Really? Wow.
I did.
The thing about doing it live is you got to shuffle and
Yeah,
schlep around a lot.
I think it came down. I just could hear the awardees and the way that they were presented, the content that they had to present, I thought was more meaningful.
Okay, I just sent out a few of Ian Shive's photos if we want to use those as backgrounds. Not a lot of options, but like this is one, or this is
odd,
one.
weird, funny.
I can find
Okay.
it.
So
Are we working on
what does
something
Madeline say about the way I sound?
Madeline says
That's a good shot, Hannah.
this one here.
Right.
Yeah, that's also. Is that Ian Shive?
The
Yes,
top of
that's
your
Ian
head
Shive.
is a mountain.
No, it's underwater. Oh,
No.
Marshall said I'm looking at Hannah's.
Yeah.
So I just sent out a couple of potential underwater shots if we do want to use Ian Shive. And Madeline, two things. First of all, Angela Madeline says that gift basket is hers.
Really?
And
Here you want now.
$500. It's
Madeline,
yours.
he's your buddy. You get all this stuff free. I'm gonna go take this picture.
I'm moving away for a moment.
Okay. And Maddie is saying that all of the sound is just a little bit delayed, which I think is like just a live stream effect, right? It takes a few moments for it to travel between us and the actual stream that people are seeing. But she said that everyone looks good and it doesn't look laggy. So, I mean, we can keep rolling and see what the longer term feedback is. But do we want to try kind of rolling through from what this would look like starting at, say, 5 p.m.?
Will you, before you do that, will you play the Sylvia Earle video?
Yeah,
for us?
Totally. Sorry, I know we got sidetracked there. Let's see.
And then let's at least go through the 5 o'clock run.
Oh.
An explorer, founder of Mission Blue, and as some of you
All right, I think what the issue
Probably
here might be is that
as a
video
member of the
might be
board.
too large. It's showing laggy for other folks too, yeah.
Totally laggy. Yeah, you might have to run it through whatever that is. There's one of the. Are you on a Mac? Yeah, you're on a Mac.
Yeah, how do I resize it?
It's a question for Russ. Maybe Russ can do this. I do know there's a way to go through like the iMovie, and it will optimize and pull it down into a smaller video.
Maybe let me.
But I don't think it's that big, so I'm not sure why that
It is, let me just take a look at its size compared to the size.
900 or something. I mean, it's big enough.
Where is she? It is. I can't see like where, I'm clearly not very well versed in video stuff, but like where it's kind of overall resolution would be, you know, like 720 versus 4K or whatever, but it is 670 megabytes, as opposed to the other videos are all more in the like 150, 200 range.
Yeah.
So she's probably using a nice camera or something.
I think she just used her iPhone, but I can.
Really?
I think. Well, who knows?
I'm gonna send this to Russ and see if maybe he can resize it smaller.
Okay.
Oh wait, if I can find it. Here we go, the WeTransfer file. Maybe by the time we get to her video, we can watch it a little bit better. I cannot, would it be, I don't know what the best way to, maybe if I just do like a screen share of it for now, would that work? I want you guys to be able to see it so you know what you're talking about. Let me try that. See if I can open it. It's opening slowly. Oh, we have Uncle Saul with us. No, we don't. We have Russell with us.
I was trying, I don't know if you can hear me.
Yeah.
I was trying something last night to spoof bring Uncle Saul in through sharing a Zoom meeting. And so I was like, oh, how can I make it show up with the right names? That was my late night test, but I forgot to change
Gotcha.
the name.
I got excited for a moment. Let's see.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard from him, so I'm hoping he'll be on it.
Me too.
Good point.
I was just hopping in to test something out and then saw you guys were on here. So hi.
Yeah, actually, Russ, this is good timing. I have a question for you. The video that Sylvia Earle sent us is too big to play effectively. It's really laggy. And can you resize it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can press the rate and rerun it.
Lovely. I'm going to forward you this.
Yeah, if you have a
email.
box or something, link to download. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a WeTransfer link. Forward to Russ. Yeah, for her. But we'll figure it out. And if you guys want to see it, let me see if I can maybe just screen share the video so that you know what we're looking at.
Okay, yeah, I'll work on that. I'm going to set up a Zoom meeting here on my end, and then I'm going to connect to that meeting on my phone, and I'm going to go in the other room, and then I'm going to pull that in as a screen share, and then you're going to verify that you can actually hear me.
Okay.
So that's, if that is a way that we go, I just want to make sure that it works okay. I tried testing it last night myself, running between 3 different rooms, but it was hard to tell if sound was coming out one place while I was running to the other one.
Sounds good.
Sounds like fun.
For some reason, Restream doesn't want to share an application window. It's only able to share browser windows. So I'm not sure what the best way is for you to see this video, Marshall. Unless, would you like me to also just share that download link with you?
Sure, that's fine.
Okay. I'll forward that to you. And maybe by the time we get to it in our run through here, we'll have a smaller version that we can view.
So I discovered something with Restream on the Mac, Hannah. It will play audio from your system if you play it something from a Chrome tab. but the Mac
Yeah.
app won't. If you do an application window or your screen, it doesn't capture the system sound. So if you like,
Yeah,
create
it's
a
not
video,
capturing
um,
anything. Like I can't share like QuickTime.
yes, so on Windows that works fine, but sharing it, yeah, on the Mac, it has to be in the Chrome tab and then it'll work. So I have another
Okay.
Windows machine so I can do things here, but that's why they have you like pull the videos in on the back end.
Got it.
What was your workaround for playing videos before? I know, curious.
Yeah, there's an option to play a local video.
Okay, like that, yeah.
And so I don't know if you can see if you're logged in. Like you can see Sylvia's face there. So the video comes up as kind of like backstage, blacked out, and as soon as you turn it on, the video starts playing, and you can spotlight it so that it fills the screen.
Gotcha.
So yeah, there she is. Or there she is if we wanted to.
But that was the one that was too big to.
Marine conservation.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's struggling to do anything. Okay.
Really lag, about 3 times bigger than the other videos that we're using that have been working. So.
Okay. I'll work on that right
now. Okay. Yeah. Sounds good. Anything else we want to? Well, do we want to wait and have Marshall see the video before we start, Lance?
I think we better start or we're going to run out of time.
Great. Okay.
Just because I run out of time doesn't mean we can't, you know.
Yep.
Having others run through.
Yep. Sounds good. All right. So we're going to roll imagining that Angela has just introduced Marshall. So everyone else is going to be backstage here.
We're going to just do
Okay, and then I'm going to start out in thanking Angela for her tireless efforts along with the awesome team at Marine Conservation Institute. And I'm going to quickly thank Dusky for all that she's done in Sonoma County. And I'm going to welcome everybody who just joined us for our Saving Wild Oceans Places Gala. I'm Marshall Bailing, and I'm not a scientist, but I'm very lucky. I get to hang out with the great scientists at Marine Conservation Institute, including Dr. Lance Morgan and Dr. Sarah Hamid. Is that how she pronounces her last name, by the way? I can't hear anybody.
Oops. Yes, I think so.
Okay.
Hamid?
The team believes in facts and proven scientific method. They are ethical and they're contagiously optimistic to work with. They give me hope and they encourage me to take action. This is my pay it forward work to help quell my guilt over my own carbon footprint and to show our sons that doing something is not nothing. It's the difference between a heartbeat and silence. So why are you all here? It's because you care. And I want to thank you all for your pay it forward interest, including coming tonight to celebrate an exceptional example of marine protected area that has worked hard to bring back biodiversity and abundance to our oceans and has become the latest recipient of our Blue Park Award. These blue parks are truly exceptional places and conserve biodiversity and are critical to maintaining healthy oceans. And that's why the Blue Parks program is so important. Yes, this is a big idea, and you are here witnessing it tonight. Then I'm going to introduce Lance, but I still don't have any of his bio information. At least I don't think I have.
That's me.
No worries. Yeah, that's highlighted in the script. Sorry, we weren't able to get that to you. But we can imagine that you'll take a minute or so to roll through the warm, fuzzy stories about Lance's life and achievements. And I'll try to remind Angela to maybe give us a quick write-up there sooner rather than later.
Then Lance introduces Saul, and then Saul comes out, and then I come back on, and I thank Uncle Sal, and I love starting events with appreciations. I take it he's doing an appreciation. Is that right?
I believe that Saul will share with us a little bit of his perspective on why you know, traditional Hawaiian culture relates so strongly to marine protected areas and what they've worked on up at Papahanaumokuakea. And then I'm hoping he's going to give us a kind of a traditional Hawaiian greeting for this type of an event, which will probably be something along the lines of a, you know, like kind of a chant, Hawaiian chant. And then it'll, you know, it probably, you know, it'll be clear when he's concluded that.
Okay. Then I come back and I show appreciation for Saul leading us through that and kicking off the evening from a spiritual foundation and meaningful environmental message. And then I want to start back out to, okay, Marine Conservation Institute had a big idea 7 years ago to protect the ocean's most important ecosystems around the world. Tonight, we will be announcing our 17th Blue Park. But first, let me just give you a tour of what this evening is going to be all about. And just know that we have a silent auction that's going to be live until December 10th. And you can see from this banner on the page right now where you can go to link to the silent auction. There's some great auction items in there, including an amazing guided bike tour through some of the most beautiful spots in Western Sonoma County, including a lunch with a well-known guide in the area. We also have a board match happening. So for any donations that you give tonight, there will be a board match for every dollar that you give. There will also be the first 50 people that give $50 or more will get a Blue Park Buddy. It's a handcrafted whale or octopus made by our generous event sponsors, Happy Little Whales. Oh, good. I'm glad we got an image of it because I didn't want to have to describe whatever those things are. We also have giveaways. Ian Shives, one of our guest speakers tonight, and he has an amazing new book called Refuge. And it's one of the prizes that we're giving away for, one, the best ocean attire photograph that somebody submits. And this is an amazing book. I am a wannabe photographer, and I have to admit that Ian is definitely a brilliant photographer. So it's a wonderful book. Okay, a note here, Hannah, there's another book that I should be announcing here as well, right?
Yes. So at the very end, one of our final raffle prizes for the $25 earns you a raffle. I think we're also giving away this Henthorn art book. And I have a few talking points on it at the bottom of the script, but you might want to shorten that down or wait to talk more about it toward the end. And then I think we were still debating if we also want to offer, like, I don't know, a Marine Conservation Institute t-shirt or something else for that raffle at the end. And I don't think I've gotten a final word back from, maybe I'll bring Angela in so we can hear. Did we want to add a third raffle item, Angela, or are we just giving away books?
Hannah, can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Angela's doing her photo thing with the basket.
No, I already
Oh.
did that. I'm doing
No worries. No worries at all.
Are we going to have any MCI swag as an auction item?
We don't have any.
I mean, as a wrap? Yeah, we do. We have beer mugs and t-shirts and other
I'm
things.
sorry, what was the question you asked?
Are we going to raffle
I was
off
at my
MCI
computer.
swag?
Yeah. So here's where Marshall's talking about the raffle at the end, where $25 earns you an entry. And the two prizes that we have plugged in right now are Ian Shives' book and the Henthorn art book. And I can add more photos and give Marshall more talking points if that raffle is bigger, if we also want a t-shirt or beer glass giveaway or whatever, but we just need to know for sure if those are other things we're offering.
Well, we
How
do
many
have beer
pictures?
glasses, and so
And
the
a
problem
t-shirt.
is, are you then saying that people get to pick which one they want,
No, they just get drawn in the raffle.
and we either give them beer glasses, the book, or a T-shirt, right?
Yeah, we'll have maybe 4 raffle winners.
Yeah, we can add Marine Conservation Institute beer glasses. What is it?
Okay. Beer
glasses.
pints.
Pint glasses.
Pint glasses.
Yeah, beer glasses, and we have we'll send you a picture. I think they should get 2, right?
Yeah.
2
Yeah, a
glasses.
set of pint
we
glasses.
do
I'll
have-
add this to your script.
We do have MCI T-shirts. Unfortunately, we don't have that many, so maybe we should just give Sand Cloud T. We have a ton of Sand Cloud
Well,
T-shirts.
but-
Let's give Sand Cloud T-shirts.
No, we have enough T-shirts to give away one T-shirt.
Oh, we're only giving away one?
Yeah, it's just a raffle item.
Yeah, it's just a raffle.
Oh, yeah. So then, yeah, we do have an MCI T-shirt.
Okay. Angela, if you could send me a picture of the glasses and the T-shirt, I can make those here, and then Marshall, I'll try to note that in the next draft of your script here. So 4 giveaways for the raffle at the end. Does that sound okay?
Yeah.
Okay. And let's
do a real
pause
quick.
for a second here. Yeah.
Can I do a quick Zoom test with my little Uncle Saul here?
Yeah.
I'm going to go in the other room, and you're just going to tell me if you can hear it. So I'm going to take my main one off, and then I'm going to. Hey, can you hear me from over here?
Yeah, you sound great.
I'll just come back in a minute, but if you can hear me, then that's good. I'm connecting through a Zoom meeting to my desktop, which is then pushing it in as a screen share back into Restream. So if you can hear me, that's good. If not, and if it's choppy, not good.
Yeah.
It doesn't look choppy to me. Madeline's watching from our streaming page. And I can ask her how you look. If this is the option that you do decide to go with, Russ, I might lean on you to help set it up when Uncle Saul calls in.
Yeah, for sure. I can run that and do that. And I'm able to, so that he could hear what's going on in the show through the Zoom meeting.
Yeah.
Because if he's not connecting to this restream, he won't be
Right.
know what others are saying. So
Yeah.
I can hear what's happening on this through the Zoom call, which is okay.
Cool. Okay. So that's an option. We should do it with him when we practice this afternoon and make sure.
For sure. It's kind of
works.
like 2 layers deep that adds 2 layers of complexity.
Definitely. But you know, for the sake of a
So
live
connect
conversation,
directly.
that might be good.
Okay. I'm going to go back to
Sounds good.
So,
Thank you, Russ. I appreciate you.
yeah, that's good. I will say for both Hannah and Marshall, there are times in which you guys are a little choppier than others. When you hold still, everything seems to sharpen up quite a bit. But when you're moving, you get blurry and, you know, they're kind of out of focus. So
Okay.
I don't
Noted.
know if I look the same way, but I just know.
Should we maybe for the next few minutes of the event, do we want to maybe see what it would look like or sound like to Madeline if we didn't have our chroma cam on, if we were just talking with normal backgrounds? Do we want to try that for comparison?
I know the chroma cam is causing my iMac to turn the fan on. It never turns on, but chroma cam is making it work hard.
So it's just working hard.
Why don't you just turn off chroma cams for a little bit and we'll see whether things.
Let's do a comparison and we'll have Madeline watch and tell us. If chroma cam makes it less elegant visually, then we might just want to, you know, put something nice behind ourselves, or I don't know. All right. So sorry for the derailing there. Let's see if we get Marshall back.
Okay, so now my camera, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
You'll
My camera
need
turned
to.
off. When I turned chroma cam off, it turned off.
So go to your settings on Restream.
At the
So
bottom
on your on Restream, underneath the video, there's the little kind of gear tab for settings, and you'll just change your camera input. Can you hear us, Marshall?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Are you in Restream right now?
I'm in Restream.
Okay, go to settings, so the far right option under your video.
It's a little gear.
Got it.
And then video input. And change it to, perfect. Madeline says, don't use the pictures. You are not laggy at all now. Okay, cool.
No,
all right, so maybe chroma cam is not what we need. Let's keep rolling just so we can keep rehearsing these logistics. We'll assume I'll have a couple more images to bring up when you're talking about the giveaway at the end.
Well, that might be one of the solutions to this is like have images to show.
Yeah.
And well, Marshall's talking or whoever's talking. Okay.
Great. So we've talked about, let's see, the auction, Happy Little Whales, the 2 book
Great.
giveaway.
Let me take it to going back to the Ian Shive Refuge book giveaway. Okay, you with me? Good. So we have our special guest, Ian Shive, with a preview from his spectacular underwater IMAX film, Hidden Pacific. We're lucky also to have a couple copies of his amazing new book, Refuge. I'm a big photographer, and I was blown away by Ian's images and his ability to tell stories. And so Refuge, it's really a culmination of years of his exploration in America's network of national wildlife refuges. It combines Ian's wilderness photography with essays and stories that capture the beauty and importance of these places, including the atolls in the Pacific remote islands and Ross Atoll Marine National Monuments, which are both places that Marine Conservation Institute has fought to conserve. Is that too much, or is that about right?
I love that. Yeah, I think that's great. At least at one point, I think we should know, yeah, kind of Ian's story and why this book is important to what we're doing, right?
Save that, and I'm going to ask you the same question in just a second.
Okay.
Speaking of Ian Shive, I've had the privilege of hanging out with him lately. Ian fully immerses himself in nature in order to create stories about the best nature can be. Ian has had at least 2 dream careers with dozens of adventures of a lifetime type experiences. And he has the storytelling talent to turn his images and films into award-winning pieces that have been featured in National Geographic, the New York Times, and Outside Magazine. He's also known as the leading chronicler of America's national parks. The film Hidden Pacific is his latest accomplishment, and he's here tonight to chronicle that story. Ian, welcome.
Cool. Yeah, so I guess this is where Ian would come in. I think that's good. I mean, he's kind of our featured guest for the evening. Here, I'll turn Lance on too.
Yeah, I think Ian's definitely our featured speaker for the evening, so we should, maybe highlight that. And Marshall, I noticed, and maybe it's in your notes, or maybe it was just a slip, but it's Rose Atoll, not Ross. Rose, just Rose, like a flower, Rose. Rose Atoll.
Where the hell is it?
That's the refuge.
Cool. No, I think that's a great introduction. And if you want, Marshall, I can try to queue up a couple more pictures of Ian or his adventures to show while you're talking about.
I think if you do have a picture of Ian that we can show when he starts talking about Ian, that would, I think, be great.
Yeah, perfect.
Marshall, you're doing really, really excellent there, but it's a little obvious you're reading it right off the thing. So I think if we're
if we show pictures, you can.
If we got a good picture of Ian to show, that would be a great place to put it. And then he'll come on, obviously.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I think back to the Ian piece, if you featured another one of his photographs, it'd probably be better because we're going to see him live for a good 10 minutes talking.
Sure. Yep.
Yeah, I can grab a couple more of his photos.
And you don't want people to go, wow, he looked great there. What happened to him here?
Cool. Now that I know how to get these photos in, that should be easier. Cool. All right. So we'll pretend like Ian is talking and his film is showing. And then as he finishes up, I should double check with him and see if there's a cue that I should be listening for. But that's where he opens it up to his Q&A. Marshall, are you imagining that you'll be asking him any questions, or are we just letting him fully run this off of his Instagram?
I'm happy to interview him. I've come up with 5 questions that I'd love to ask him.
Great.
Mean, there seems to be more press about going to Mars compared to exploring our oceans. Why? Provocative things like that are somewhat off topic from it.
Yeah.
What's more important, the image or the story? That's more in his storytelling. Or is it all about the dance between the image and the story? So it's more talking about his career and his experiences.
Perfect. Cool. In that case, I'll probably bring the 2 of you. I'm just going to turn Lance off just for the sake of visuals here. I'll bring the 2 of you up side by side like this. And he might also be checking his phone to see if folks have questions coming through on Instagram, but that can be your chance also to be like, hey, Ian, like, where do we get to watch the full video here? Or, you know, those prompts that we talked about. And yeah, great. So I'll bring both of you up for Q&A. Cool.
Good.
So where do we want to roll from?
Okay, so then we thank Ian and he goes off. Scrolling through the script here.
Yeah, this is also, this is kind of our midway point here. So before you introduce Lance, and as you're kind of thanking Ian, you might segue into just a quick reminder that we're having the giveaway. I don't know what other reminders you want to do.
Silent auction.
Silent auction, but we can do another quick roll through of those if that feels organic to you.
Yeah.
Great.
Board match. And then I go back to him and say, I'd like to welcome back Dr. Lance Morgan, who is here to talk about blue parks, and welcome our next guest. And then it's going to cut over to Lance. He's going to introduce Christina.
And I have 3 minutes here, Hannah, is that correct?
Yeah, more or less.
Sorry, I forget that. All right, and so I will talk a little bit about blue parks. Obviously, I want to, I have a very short blue park comment to make at the very beginning of this, but I want to come back to the fact that blue parks meet the highest standards for conservation success, that we are showcasing these, but we're really indebted to the artists like Ian Shive and Christina Mittermeier and Sea Legacy, who really help us tell the stories of these great places and how important it is for us to link science, nature, culture together for this enduring protection of these important places. And then go into Christina's introduction, her history as a strong marine conservationist, her work with National Geographic, and her photographs have been featured around the world. Her latest endeavor with Only One as a partner of Marine Conservation Institute is helping us tell the story, and she's here tonight to present, make the announcement of her latest blue park.
Great. So this is the
I have a
old
little bit
video.
more to say than that, obviously, but
Sure. So we will do this. This is the old one.
Marine Conservation Institute's blue.
So just for the sake of practicing getting that rolling, and after, whoops, sorry, I need to look at my script for a second. So after Christina.
Okay, here's a thought. We're supposed to, after Christina, I'm supposed to jump back in to quickly introduce, where's the guy's name? Whatever his name is, I don't see it right now. Introduce the guy from the new blue park. So question, from a continuity standpoint, would it be better to have Lance picks up at the very end of Christina's, Lance comes back on and he rolls right into announcing the video of the acceptance of the Blue Park Award here. So Lance comes on and introduces Fernando.
Let's see, let me bring Lance in. Lance, would you be comfortable with that? Since you
It's not comfort, it's just which one would work best. Would it be
gotcha.
better than,
yeah, I mean, it is just a short little buffer, so I'm happy to do that if we think the flow works better. Angela, are you listening?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Just like Marshall's asking for opinions about. We go from Christina's presentation to Fernando's acceptance. And since I introduced Christina, should I just follow through at that point and then let Marshall pick up at the end of the acceptance?
You're introducing Christina, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, take me back again.
let me try.
Yeah.
So
Marshall is doing Abrollos, right?
no, go back a little farther. So
Okay. back a little
we're
further.
going to start out with, I get through doing Ian at the very end with the Q&A. Then I welcome back Dr. Lance Morgan, who's here to talk about Blue Parks, and welcome our next guest. Lance, my opinion is Lance should stay on for the next 2 segments. He should introduce Blue Parks. He should introduce Christina Mittermeier. He should then pick up when Christina's done and introduce Fernando and run through the video. And then after that is when I come back in and no, I think Lance should stay on still and then go to Mission Blue and introduce Sylvia.
So I really like, you know, if there's too much of one person that's a talking head, people just get a little distracted and bored, honestly. I really like the fact that they have to readjust and really kind of think about it. You come back on and you introduce a Broyos. I do like that personally. That's my personal opinion.
I'll argue it the other way. I think it's very distracting to have me, then Lance, then Christina, then me, then Fernando, and then me, then Lance, and then Sylvia.
Here's my thought looking at the script here, is that it could make sense to have Lance just do the quick transition between Christina's video and the acceptance video. But then Marshall, to have you come on after the video where we're showing our Blue Parks map and just say, you know, congratulations again to Abroyos, you know, the 17th gem in our system of Blue Parks. And maybe instead then of having Lance talking about Mission Blue, having you segue into the Sylvia Earle video, if you're comfortable with that and kind of just framing it a little. I haven't seen the video yet. But.
I haven't seen the video yet. And as we talked about, the concern is, it sounds like you've solved the problem already. But so at the end of, so if I introduce Sylvia, I come back on and I say, Fernando, congratulations. Tremendous amount of effort went into qualifying for a Blue Park Award.
Yeah.
And now I would like to introduce our next guest, who's been an integral supporter of all of the work at Marine Conservation Institute, and is Dr. Sylvia Earle.
Yeah.
And then Sylvia comes on with her messaging, and then coming out of Sylvia's messaging, is it me coming back or is it Lance coming back?
Okay, so I'm going to agree with Marshall here, which is I think it's probably better potentially for the flow to go me, Christina, me, Fernando, me, Sylvia, and then let Marshall wrap it up really strongly.
Okay.
But I'm open to that. But I think I can probably do a little bit better narrative arc through all of that.
Great.
And then I think Marshall can bring it home with a good, strong, compelling close off of Sylvia. Sylvia's close is great, but we want to remind everybody on the ways to give and, you know, all this enthusiasm. And I think that keeps us from potentially chopping it up a little too much.
Great.
I don't know. We can try it.
Yeah, okay, so just to reiterate, I have it written down in the script here now, this change, but to reiterate, Marshall introduces Lance, who comes on, introduces Christina, Christina's video plays, Lance pops in just to transition to the acceptance award for Abroyos. After that video, Lance congratulates Abroyos again. We pull up a Blue Parks map briefly just to kind of let it sink in that this is part of now our bigger system of parks. We transition to Sylvia and Mission Blue. Lance introduces Sylvia, and then Marshall comes back on to tie it together and then go into kind of our closing. Yeah?
Yeah, I haven't looked at the script for a second, so let me go back and look at it.
Sure.
Yeah. No, I mean, it sounds great.
While we have everyone here, I think maybe we should, even if we don't know exactly what we're saying, I think we should just practice the toggling to kind of cement that.
Okay, let me take it back. Okay, so we got through with the Q&A with Ian.
Yes. Okay.
And I give a reminder that we have the silent auction going on. We have the board match happening, and we have giveaways for those that are participating and supporting the effort through their donations. And then I'd like to welcome back Dr. Lance Morgan, who is here to talk about blue parks, and welcome our next guest. You flip over to Lance. Lance introduces Christina Mittermeier. Christina does her thing. Lance pops back on and congratulates.
Congratulations to Abroyos.
Awards are given to outstanding marine protected areas.
Congratulations to Abroyos, here to accept the award. Blah, blah, blah. Fernando, I probably should figure out how to pronounce his name. Fernando, somebody, Filho. F-I-L-H-O. I wonder how you pronounce it. Maybe I'll get Filho? I think so. Filho?
If you're not sure, Lance, you can just say that the manager of Abroyos or whatever. Yeah. All right. So.
É com enorme satisfação que recebo a notícia que o Parque Nacional Marinho dos Abrolhos foi contemplado com o prêmio Blue Parks em 2020. São 37 anos de história desse que foi o primeiro Parque Nacional Marinho do Brasil e berço para importantes iniciativas para a proteção de espécies marinhas e criação de novas áreas marinhas protegidas. Saber que Abrolhos atingiu os resultados técnicos e científicos que comprovam seus relevantes.
Enough of that.
So we welcome
Abrolhos. I didn't hear sound during that address. Did you guys hear sound?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't hear him talking. Weird.
Oh, let me see if Madeline could hear sound.
It could have just been my computer for a moment. But.
Do you want me to pull it up again?
Sure, just double check.
Let me just send this to Maddie. Okay.
Resultados para a conservação marinha em nível internacional é muito gratificante. Além disso, espero muito que esse prêmio sirva de estímulo e reconhecimento para todos que fazem o parque atingir seus resultados.
Yeah, I didn't hear him talk, but I don't know if it's just me.
Can you guys hear me yet?
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
So my audio for some reason cut out. I don't know why, but it did.
You're talking,
okay, well, maybe
or
both
you're
of us have the same issue.
Could you hear, or we just couldn't hear you?
Excuse me. My microphone was cut out for some reason.
Yeah, I think I had put you backstage for the video. And so you were muted. Sorry.
When you put me backstage, for some reason, my name showed up on the video.
Yeah, I forgot to take the caption down.
Okay.
I pulled it though. It's gone now. So those are all like little captions that I can throw in and take back out. So I just need to be on my game for pulling them when they're not supposed to be there. Okay, so Madeline could hear the Abroyos movie from where she was. And that is a reminder, for everyone who's kind of speaking live, if there's like a video or another speaker, I probably have put you backstage. So we won't be able to hear you until I pull you back up on the screen. But if there are concerns or you're supposed to be on screen or whatever, just shoot a message.
I transcoded, or at least my first attempt at doing it, the Sylvia video. So I could try pulling it in now.
Yeah, you want to pull it up?
I'll send you the file, and I'll have, once you download it, you should try sending it from your side too, because it'll behave different. But let me pull it in right now.
I'm Sylvia Earle. I'm an oceanographer, an explorer, founder of Mission Blue. And as some of you probably know, I've been a member of the board of Marine Conservation Institute and now an emeritus member of the board of MCI. So you know, I'm a champion of MCI and am really pleased to share with you the news that MCI and Mission Blue are scaling up our collaboration. We've been working together for years, and now we're going to make it even a stronger collaboration with what MCI has developed with Blue Parks, what Mission Blue has been doing now for the past 10 years or so, identifying places for protection around the world called Hope Spots. We now have 130 plus of them with champions, empowering communities to get behind exactly what MCI is also championing, that is protection for the ocean. As never before, the ocean needs help. I'm a witness, a lifetime of looking and observing as a scientist the decline of places around the world that I have known when they were in much better condition, and now this. But I've also seen this. With protection, health can be restored. And to reward those with being dignified as Blue Parks, recognize the work that people are doing to really, really understand what it takes to protect the ocean, to give back to the ocean, to restore health to the ocean. So the concept of doing whatever we can, individually, of course, but also working together to encourage individuals, communities, governments, countries working together for the high seas, the places we really worked strongly together. Papahanaumokuakea Marine Reserve is one example. The California seamounts. Look, wherever MCI is working, we're behind you. Wherever Mission Blue is working, I know MCI is behind us. So we're just trying to dignify it with a bit more of an outward collaboration. And so I want to thank Lance, your whole team, all of Mission Blue, all of those who are gathered to support MCI. This is a moment in time when all of us have to do everything we can. We're going to lose the chance if we don't hurry to establish protection for the places that remain in good shape and to restore what we can while there is time on our watch, and make peace with the ocean, peace with nature. Maybe there even peace among humans can follow. Thank you for what you're doing. I look forward to being out there and working with you to make a difference for the ocean and for people everywhere.
I will say, Russ, if you're still there, Maddie was saying it still looked a little laggy. I don't know if we can like downsize it just a tiny bit more to make it smoother. The audio was also a little soft, she said, but I don't think we can change that.
Okay. I mean, I could remix the audio if we need to.
So when I downloaded it and watched it on my computer, the audio was not out of sync. So that is something to do with the lag and the choppiness in it.
I saw more lag in this Restream Studio, but I was also on another computer watching the live stream, and the audio sync was better there than in here. So yeah, that was a little bit reassuring. There's a little chop. So I'm making like 3 or 4 different versions of this to try. So that was my first attempt. So
yeah, I think maybe a little smaller might help. But that's good to know that Restream maybe stitches up the lagginess a little as it sends it out.
I think it just breaks up in this, review segment, but it has better quality.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Russ.
Yeah, I'll let you know when I have another one.
Cool. Yay. Cool. I'm gonna bring Marshall back up for his
Yeah, so hang on,
Sylvia.
Hannah.
Oh.
You did the right thing there. Is that last moment with Sylvia kind of hangs for a while. So go ahead and stop once you get to that point where she
Yes.
gets there, rather than let her stare at the screen for a while and finally.
I wasn't sure where the end was, so I'll try to do that a little faster. Okay, cool. So then Marshall comes up.
So please do send me that video so I can pull some nuggets out of it, because there are some very nice ones towards the end that, like, make peace with the ocean, I think is a great way. And I could segue out of it saying, Sylvia makes a very good point. We have to make peace with the ocean. And there's momentum that's starting to build. I mean, as an example, having John Kerry become our first ambassador to the environment is going to be a big step, because John has said we can't solve climate change without saving our oceans, and we can't save our oceans without solving climate change. So it's all being tied together. This is the time. This is the place. This is a big idea. Blue parks are what we need to do. And we appreciate anyone and everyone's call to action to pay it forward and participate in creating more blue parks, something along those lines.
Yeah.
That's great. We bring everybody back on screen. Are we going to have one last strong pitch? Is that, how do we wrap this up? Are we all going to get on and go,
I would suggest, much like Hannah has in the script already, that I do one last, here's how you can take action.
Yeah, great. Okay.
Make sure they all have the ability to know where to go to donate, where to go to get any of the auction items, and let them know that there are these prizes that they can win, including the Refuge book, the Henthorn book, the Beanie Baby Ocean Dolls, whatever they're called.
Happy little whales.
Yeah.
What do we call those things, Angel? Oh, Blue Park Buddies.
Blue Park Buddies.
Blue Park Buddies. So please find a way that moves you to participate, and we all can make a difference.
Yeah. This is also, so in the final minutes of the event, we're going back over the auction, right? And the fact that it closes on the 10th. We want to make sure we're giving people the link for streaming Ian Shive's video and reminding them that we only have until noon tomorrow. And then this is also where we're going to announce our two winners, our cocktail winner and our best dressed winner, which maybe we should practice what that would look like to pull that. Or I think actually Russ is going to prepare, here, I'll bring Russ up. Russ is going to prepare the photo and caption for those. So that needs to happen before the event closes. Is just like, the results are in, the team has been behind the scenes evaluating, all of the photo uploads, and we've got our cocktail winner. We'll be in touch with you by email and we'll pull that picture up, and then we've got our best dressed winner. And for those of you who are still hoping to come home with something special, we've got a couple more books that we're giving away tonight. $25 buys you a raffle entry. Those entries only count if you make them before the end of the gala. So, this is kind of our final push these last few minutes. What else am I missing? It's a lot.
Yeah.
Is there a like a timeline script that exists somewhere?
Yeah, you want me to send that to you? It's still obviously.
I know it'll change, but yes, there's a document I can refer to.
Yeah. Hey, Hannah, one thing I'm going to want to do, because even though Sylvia kind of talks to the partnership, she doesn't talk to Blue Sparks. And if we kind of get to Marshall as the back end, then I probably need to show the map in my comments between Abreuos. Not that one. That one we do need to show.
Which one?
But after, so we'll say, yeah, welcome Abroyos to the map. Then I will talk from there to what means to become a blue spark, right?
Okay.
And then we will show the same map with the new blue sparks. And then I will do some sort of segue there and to talk more about this new collaboration or this expanded collaboration. We have someone who needs no introduction, and Dr. Sylvia Earle. I'll do more than that, but I think we would want to show at least that, and I can speak to those collaborations because that's part of the announcement. And then we'll let Sylvia roll through her thing, and that way Marshall doesn't have to cover it. He can just go right into the big wrap up.
Okay. I was going to ask you. Do you want?
The map with the blue sparks is linked in the same email that that one was. There is a map with both existing blue parks and existing blue sparks.
Do you want all blue sparks or just our newest blue sparks on that map?
I think we'll show the map that has all of them.
Okay.
So there'll be 6 of them.
Okay.
So I'll put that away in my comments to cover that, and it'll be obvious when it's time to pull that map up and so forth.
All right. Sounds good. Cool. What do we need? What's useful? Marshall, do you want to practice the kind of closing rundown?
Sure.
I don't have the actual giveaway winner pictures yet, but maybe I can do like a screen share here or something. Oops.
So at this point, you're going to be using the screen to show them the images you have of the giveaways.
Yeah, I'll try to match it up with what you're saying as best I can.
I don't know okay, that's great. I mean, if you just start to scroll through it, we have a list of how we're going to do it, so we can organize it. But,
yeah.
So I'm going to do a quick wrap on Sylvia and say she's right. Making peace for the ocean. This is the time to do it. There is momentum, and I'd like to do the John Kerry quote. Are you guys okay if I do that?
We sent it out to everybody.
Yes, we're okay with that.
Okay. And then I'm going to say, so let's just quickly cover all the ways that you can participate. We have the auction, which will be open until December 10th. And there are some great items in there. I'll feature another one. We have even Ian Shive's IMAX video, Hidden Places. It's only available to view until noon tomorrow. So make sure you find the link to that and watch it. Watch it after this event tonight. We have a raffle. We're giving away the Blue Parks babies. Is that what they are? Blue Parks babies?
Blue Park Buddies.
Buddies. Blue Park Buddies. Okay, wait, I got to write that down. Anyone and everyone donating $25 or more will get a Blue Park Buddy, and you'll be entered into a raffle to win one of 3 prizes.
Wait, just quick interjection. I think we're doing the first 100 donations of $50 or more are Blue Park Buddies, and then raffle is $25.
Okay.
So Blue Park Buddy is $50, but raffle is just $25.
Okay, and then the raffle, 3 prizes associated with the first place for Ian Shive's Refuge book. The second raffle will be the Henthorne art photo book. And the third will be an MCI t-shirt. Am I have that right?
I think we're going to do the pint glass, or well, I'll check with Angela and we'll send you the final verdict with the next script revision. Is Angela there?
Yeah, I'm here.
T-shirt or pint glasses?
What?
T-shirt or pint glasses for the third raffle?
Let's do pint glasses.
2 Marine Conservation Institute pint glasses. Great.
Hang on. Okay, then We're going to announce the winners for the winner of the cocktail contest, the best seafaring costume. And we have the announcement of who won the ocean. Oh, wait. Oh, the cocktails and then the ocean attire. Okay.
Well, I don't have a picture for the cocktail yet, but you know.
And what are we going to do if no one entered a picture for the cocktail party?
We're gonna rig it. We're gonna make sure there's some pictures in there.
Okay. And announce the ocean attire winning photos. Thank you to all of our sponsors, and I should read off the sponsors list. And remember that we do have a board match, so every dollar is going to be doubled. So make sure you make a big check. And if you need a list of where all the links are, you can refer back to the original invitation email. They're all captured in there. They're also on the Marine Conservation Institute website. And I want to thank everybody for coming and have a wonderful holiday season.
Can you hear me?
Nice.
Okay.
You're back.
So I thought had decided, and we have it in our script with Dusky at the pre-cocktail hour, the pre-event cocktail hour, that we were going to give away that prize for the cocktail at the end of that hour.
I think the consensus was all the prizes were going to be given away at the end, so that people have a chance to upload their pictures. I thought the conversation was just that it breaks it up too much
today. But the last time I was there, we left it that we were going to do that prize, one prize then at the cocktail hour. So did you change that? I guess.
Maybe I did. I think I thought that all the prizes were happening at the end. But let me edit that.
It doesn't matter. I just need to know because I need to change my script.
Yeah.
What do you want?
I
mean, do we think Dusty's going to stick around and pop back in at the end?
I'm trying to. I just texted her, so I hope so.
If we do that, it just means that Russ and Madeline will have to be pretty quick on the draw to pull up a cocktail drink.
All right.
The timeline is pretty tight if they've just watched the mixology video and then we announce the winner. Like
we're announcing it at the beginning of the mixology video. That'll really only gives them about 25 minutes to get the picture in. I don't know, Russ, what do you think? Because you're going to be the person that will have to be doing this. Do you want to wait till the end? Doesn't really matter to me. It just would be nice to have.
It doesn't really matter because I already told Russ he had to pick mine. So.
Sure. I mean, really, I'm not sure how many we'll get, and like, really, I just need to know that Madeline or I need, 5 minutes to choose something, make a mock-up, and then we can put it back into the studio.
Okay, I'm gonna
we don't have to tally up any numbers or do very much. We just need to sort it. So we need 5 to 10 minutes at minimum.
Right. So I thought we were sending all this information out ahead of time about the prizes and.
Yeah, we are.
So that we would know that they could get a prize at the end of the cocktail hour. I mean, it doesn't really matter to me. I do think it's kind of nice to spread the prizes out a little bit than have one big dump at the end.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I think you just need to make an announcement that submissions for this need to be in, in the next 2 minutes. And then, 10 minutes later, we need to pad that.
We can, at the pre-cocktail hour, I mean, I don't know if that many people are even going to show up for that. But we could have an interlude and show Sam's seamount video and say, while you're watching this, please upload your photographs. Could make an announcement there if we want to.
But Russ says they need 5 to 10 minutes to be able to process it and put it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd say you need an announcement for like the 2 to 5 minute warning, whatever you guys say, to tell people to have tournament, and then we need a space for Madeline or I to like just pick one, and then
let's look at our script later, either today, doesn't look like that's going to happen, or tomorrow morning, and we'll decide the cocktail one. We'll let you know. Marshall, how's that sound?
We could also show a seamount video if we need a little more time.
That's what I said.
So that's,
That's Sam.
well, we
Sam's,
like,
oh, the sea, well, Sam is
we
the
could play like the octopus's garden or something.
No, there's seamount videos.
right. So you're saying show Sam's and the seamount video, or just the
Maybe.
seamount video?
Yeah, both.
Potentially.
Both.
Well, I'm just thinking like if I have all my ingredients and I'm trying to follow along with Dusty, she's probably going a little faster than I can, but I'm trying to make a cocktail along with her. And then like, I need to finish making my cocktail, take a picture of it, go to the link, upload it. Russ and Madeline need to go through the photos as they're coming in, choose one, make a caption for it. And so like, we might need a little more buffer. Otherwise it's kind of like, whip up your cocktail, go, go, go. You know, I mean, maybe no one's going to be following along anyway, but
how about, can we think it over? I mean, we can do it at the end. It really doesn't matter to me. I just think it'd be nice to spread the prizes out, but maybe we can't do that. Maybe it's too difficult.
I'm an oceanographer and explorer.
Somebody playing?
Yeah. Let's talk about it. I just want to make sure we give Marshall, you know, the right bullet points.
Marshall,
I need Lance's bio that
Marshall, I sent it to you about 20 minutes ago.
Okay, good.
I emailed it to you. Yeah. Marshall, are you okay if we get you something tomorrow, or do you really want to look at it all tonight?
Oh no, I please, for what?
For your script. If we have
I've written what I'm going to say already.
Okay, but I meant with the prize thing. Are you okay to
we can plug that in the end.
We can plug it in. Okay, all right.
Okay.
So we'll let you
Okay,
know.
I just want to make us all aware that we don't know what the runtime of this is going to be. We have no idea. You've put in aspirational goals of how long it should take, but we don't know how long it's really going to take.
I hope it's not going to be longer than an hour.
So I'm going to suggest that we do a real run through from top to bottom. And
I thought that's what this was supposed to be today.
so plan on it taking 2.5 hours. No, I mean, hour and a half.
Ooh, that's long.
No.
That's good. That's too long.
So I don't know that we're going to be able to get Saul on a test run or Ian live on a test run. So we're just going to have to hope that
I meant just us, because we're the bulk of, and we have a general idea of how long these others are going to take.
Yeah, but so I'm pretty confident in my ability now that I know that Sylvia's video is 4 minutes and Christina's video is 3 minutes and Fernando's 1 minute, that I can keep all of that in a pretty tight period of time. And if we're running late, I'll just condense my comments in between. And I'm pretty flexible around that. So if we're pretty confident we can get Ian and you to hit, 5:35 as being done, and we got 25 minutes to do the next bit, I think we're okay. I think the real challenge is that we maybe getting Ian on and off and all of that might be take a little bit more time, which is okay.
We have one beautiful section in here that we can expand on or throw away, which is the Q&A section at the end of Ian's presentation.
Right.
Yeah.
So I could stretch that to 20 minutes if need be, or we can skip it altogether if we're running up against the clock.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I think our loose goal is to finish up with Ian's segment around 5:35. And that's also, like Lance was saying, like that is the most kind of freewheeling section of the night, because the two of you are chatting and things can stretch out or contract. So if you want to kind of be the timekeeper there, Marshall, that would be great. Yeah.
I'll go through and I'll time my segments so that we all have an understanding of how they're likely to go.
Yeah.
And then the biggest thing we don't know is how long Ian's going to take to go through his IMAX movie. And then at the end of that, we'll know exactly how many questions we have time for.
Right. That's the thing. You can shorten the question segment.
I can even announce, I said, hey, Ian, this is phenomenal. I know people will have a lot of questions they'd love to ask you. It looks like we have 7 minutes that we can try to answer some of those questions. So let me start it out with, what were you thinking when you made this? Whatever.
Perfect. Yep. That would be really helpful.
Yeah.
Marshall.
Okay.
I mean, maybe there's also an opportunity to, maybe there's also an opportunity to bifurcate some of the announcements we're making. Not that we really want to, but shorten them up. I don't know. You don't want to do that.
I don't. I think you got the right call. We shorten the Q&A to fit if we're running really slow.
I don't think I can shuffle through the pictures and captions any faster for announcements. And I don't know that folks can read them any faster.
That's where we want to push. I mean, the whole point of doing this is for this moment to kind of help, us.
Yeah.
And so if we short thrift it, it'll be obvious to them as well. Oh, they don't really care about this part.
Yeah. One thing I noticed, and I think it's because we didn't write it very well into the script, and maybe there isn't a good place for it, but it might be worthwhile pulling up a screen share of the actual Give Butter event page to check in on big recent donations or the status bar. And I don't know, Marshall, how it makes sense for you to incorporate that throughout the evening. If we want to roll that into part of all the other announcements you're making every time you roll through those announcements, or I don't know.
Okay, so this goes back.
Hey guys, I have to leave because we had another call scheduled at 2:30. I'll be back on at 3 to chat with you and hopefully Saul.
Sorry, we just have a call we have to go on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm still going to advocate that we do another dry run to make sure that we have these
So if you're willing to do it, we should do it, Marshall. Yeah.
The transitions specifically, just like what Hannah was talking about. If and where could we potentially go to the Give Butter page? And maybe we do that when at the very beginning of the event, when I start talking about there's a lot of ways that you can participate. Let's take a quick tour of what those look like. And you have the Give Butter page up.
Let me really quickly pull it up.
And I have one donation that I'm going to highlight anyhow, just because it's going to put it should be entertaining.
So this is that, and I would spotlight it. And then I can, as you're talking, so I can go down to whichever one you want to highlight, right? Or whatever.
There are the links. Back up a little bit. So the first one is the tiny URL takes them where?
It takes them to the photo drive where they can drop their photos.
For the cocktail contest. Yes,
and for their ocean best dressed contest.
Okay. Ocean inspired cocktails.
And Marshall, we also are sending these links out in an email just before the event. So you can always direct folks back to that email or to the Give Butter page here. It's got hopefully everything they'll need.
To upload photographs to the Ocean Cook Turkey Lab.
Yeah. I also put in some pictures of Refuge and that book.
Oh, cool.
Although now that I know how to share photos on Restream, I probably won't scroll to these necessarily while you're talking, but they're in there.
Well, any time that I'm supposed to be saying something, you're more than welcome to fill it with images.
Great.
Once I get through the first 20 words, feel free to go to an image. They're going to be much more appreciative of looking at an image compared to looking at me.
Sure. Yeah. The things on the Give Butter page probably that are going to be worth highlighting are, if you want to show people where all those links are, we can do that. And then, yeah, looking at donations and just keeping tabs on this bar, right? Knowing that our goal is 50,000 and that we have a board match, and so their gift is double. So I could probably bring this up when you're talking about the board match too, maybe. I'll try to be a little more proactive about figuring out where I can pull up that page. Okay,
and I'm gonna rewrite the script. I'm gonna send it back to you. I'm going to include what the timing looks like from what I'm gonna say. We can get a better flow for that, and we can take a guess at how many minutes we're going to have for Q&A.
Brilliant.
And then you're going to have a better idea of when to embed that.
Okay.
And I will get that to you this afternoon. The big question now is, when do you want to rehearse it tomorrow?
I feel like during the workday would probably still be best if you're able to take that time.
I have a board call from 11 to 12, but other than that, I can move anything.
Yeah, we have our development and communications meeting at 11:30. So we could have our quick meeting and maybe you could tune in afterward if we wanted to do that. I'll need to double check and make sure that Angela is free and Lance and whoever else is going to be live here. Do you think you could make that work, or is that tricky having back-to-back?
Okay, so hang on 1 second. Okay, so you're saying that was it 12 to 1? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
That works.
Okay. I mean, we'll be having our meeting at 11:30, so we can chat and work through all of our kinks until you show up. Whatever timing works for you. But that might be good since we'll all be kind of in the same place virtually anyway, at that time of day. Russ, would that work for you if you wanted to jump in on that also?
Sorry, what time was that? I was listening to with Sylvia.
It would be noon-ish, noon to 1.
Sure. I can do anything, anytime, any day.
Okay, thanks. Appreciate it.
That's fine. So I resampled to 720p the Sylvia video, and then I boosted the audio. So I want to push it through and just see how that works.
Yeah, let's take a look.
I didn't go all of it. If we like it, I'll convert the whole video.
Okay.
I'm Sylvia Earle.
Oh, much better.
I'm an oceanographer, an explorer, founder of Mission Blue. And as some of you probably know, I've been a member of the board of Marine Conservation Institute and now an emeritus member of the board of MCI.
Not great.
So you know, I am a champion of MCI and am really pleased to share with you the news that MCI
Let me see if I can
and
hear it
Mission
through.
Blue are scaling up our collaboration. We've been working together. Now we're going to make it even a stronger collaboration with what MCI has developed with Blue Parks, what Mission Blue has been doing now for the past 10 years or so, identifying places for protection around the world called Hope Spot.
I had the same thing when you played the Rojos video.
Yeah.
Where I couldn't hear. I think it may be because we're the host and it doesn't want to dilute our audio streams, but I know that it's going through. Everyone else can hear it, and I think on our live stream.
Great, good to know. I double checked our live stream. And it looked like it was coming through. Although, interestingly, when I switched over to our live stream, her video wasn't expanded the way it was on our restream page. Like it was all three of us.
I think maybe it was like 10 seconds back in time. You want to keep it up again, and I'll just bring it in.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay.
We now have 130 plus of them with champions, empowering communities to get behind exactly what MCI is also.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
It totally just disappeared in the middle of the screen.
Maybe I can't have the event page pulled up.
No, you should be. I don't know what. Oh, you know what? It's because I had a partial video because I only encoded 30% of it. So it got to 30% and it knew there was supposed to be more. And then it just exited.
Gotcha. Well, I think that looks a lot better.
Okay. And I think if audio sounds good, I was trying to match where everything else was, so I think it's okay. I'll do the whole one and then send you the file. I'll send everyone the link to it.
Sounds good. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yes. Marshall, I'm going to double check with the rest of the team. I don't see why a noon practice run wouldn't work, but I'll confirm with you. And yeah, if you want to send me your edits also, I can take a look at them. I mean, really, yeah, you should be editing for your own clarity of mind, but it'll help me also kind of navigate with all the behind the scenes toggling, if I kind of get a sense for what you're planning. And we'll get back to you, I guess, also about whether or not that cocktail giveaway is going to happen at the end or before you come on. And I'll try to let you know what they decide.
Sounds good.
Cool. Thank you for all your time. This will be good.
Getting there.
Yeah, we're getting there.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And in order to get it to go just right, it's even that much more work. So
Yeah.
let's thank you for that. Hannah, thank you for spearheading it.
Yeah, well, we'll see how it goes.
This is so much easier than a live event.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah, that's great. Good. Oh, hey, I wanted to ask also, I was realizing maybe we should, like, you're going to thank folks. I don't know. Should I just make like a goodbye and thank you kind of closing image for us? Or do you have another vision for how it might be good to really wrap it up?
I think at the end, we're going to go through and I'm going to remind everybody how they can take action and where they can go and what they can potentially win. So we're going to go through all of that. And then I can do a thank you to the sponsors and to everybody at Marine Conservation Institute that makes all of this possible. And that would be the wrap.
Perfect. Yeah.
You thinking something else?
Well, no, I'm just thinking that, you know, when we stop talking, do I just end the stream, or do we want to give folks like a lulling final kind of image to seal the night? I don't know. I'll figure it out. I can't hear you, Russ.
Could fade to one of Ian's photographs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I think, you know, if there's a link to ways to take action, but also just push them again to donate in another, you know, and just leave it so it's something that's like will just remain on the screen.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. A final message with like a couple last options and a pretty picture or something. Okay. I'll see what I can come up with. Yay. Go team. Thank you, both of you, all of you. We'll do this again tomorrow. We'll be good. I'll see you then.
Thanks for your support.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I'll see you in 15 minutes.